Would you like to know how to have mental strength and stop suffering? In the next few minutes, you will see the keys. You'll be able to get rid of everything that's holding you back. And when you finish this video, you will become indestructible. But stay to the end of the video because you won't want to miss a single one of these laws. Maybe the last one is the one that will give you a brighter, happier, and fuller life. And if you want to discover more tips to change your life quickly, hit the subscribe button. The first thing you need to know is that as emotional puppets, we get swept along by the tides of anger, fear, and fleeting joy. In the sway of our emotions, we find ourselves as uncontrolled puppets on a chaotic stage. Anger, fear, and ephemeral joy sweep over us mercilessly, and in the end, we become impotent spectators of our own lives. And in this turmoil, Stoic philosophy will help you as a beacon of serenity, a compass to navigate the turbulent seas of your emotions. So here are 15 Stoic laws to make you strong and indestructible. You will not find empty promises or magic formulas. It will be a journey of authenticity and wisdom, guided by the moral principles of Seneca, Epictetus, and other Stoic masters. In a world that demands your attention, and where emotions often rule us, we will explore together an authentic and profound approach to reclaiming control over our own emotional narrative. Be prepared to challenge convention and embrace the serene strength of those who find calm at the epicenter of the storm. As Seneca famously said, "Life is like sailing on a stormy sea. It is not the pounding of the waves that counts, but the navigation of the vessel." Instead, fury, fear, and ephemeral joy drag us mercilessly, turning us into impotent spectators of our own lives. So in this tumult, ancient Stoic philosophy emerges as a compass to navigate the turbulent seas of the senses. Before we begin, you need to know that, as Epictetus wisely pointed out, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle: some things are within our control, and some things are not. And now let's go to the first law. Law 1. Embrace the now. Don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow will bring its own worries. Enough each day with its own evil. At the beginning of this journey toward emotional mastery, immerse yourself in the first Stoic law. Embrace the power of now. Seneca urges us to shed the useless burden of anxiety about the future and reminds us that the present, with its challenges and triumphs, is where our true power lies. This is where our true power lies. It is easy to fall into the clutches of anticipation and worry, but true wisdom is to defy that current and dive into the river of the present moment. In this instant, in this day, lies the battlefield where we forge our emotional destiny. The key is to shed the shadows of tomorrow and find our strength in the light of today. Do not look for things to happen as you wish, but wish for them to happen as they happen, and you will be happy. Law 2. Accept the inevitable. Now let's explore the second law, following Epictetus's advice. He teaches us that being happy does not mean fighting against what we cannot change, but accepting what life presents us with. Each day has its own problems and challenges, as bits and pieces of a grand plan that we cannot always control. Accepting this does not make us weak, but strong, as we learn to deal with the problems we cannot change. If we insist on what cannot be changed, we only increase our suffering. But by accepting it, we free ourselves to face what we can control. When we stop trying to control everything, we find real emotional freedom. Accepting what cannot be changed is not an act of surrender, it is a courageous act that allows us to adapt to life. In this law, we discover that true inner peace lies in being ready to face what life brings us, instead of fighting against its natural course. Each time we accept something, we are closer to feeling free inside, more at peace with life. Law 3. Find peace in adversity. The key to happiness is to understand which things we can control and which we cannot. In the third law of Stoic philosophy, Epictetus teaches us to find peace in difficult times. Knowing what we can handle and what is out of our control is vital to being happy and feeling free. Life can be complicated and bring unexpected surprises. In the midst of this chaos, it is important to focus on what we can handle in our minds. Although emotions are intense, how we react to them is up to us. This law encourages us to turn problems into opportunities to show who we really are. It is not about avoiding problems, but facing them with calm and resilience. By realizing that the power is in how we respond, we learn to find calm in the midst of difficult moments. Each challenge helps us become better at controlling our emotions. Law 4. Cultivate benevolent indifference. Seneca said in the fourth stage of our Stoic journey, "It's not that things are difficult, it's that we are weak and avoid difficult things." Now we explore the idea of cultivating benevolent indifference. Seneca's words remind us that the difficulty is not outside, but in our ability to face the challenging. Benevolent indifference is not to ignore reality, but to view it with compassion and accept the difficulties that come with life. By adopting this approach, we learn to be strong instead of giving up in the face of trials. Our true strength comes when we face what seems difficult with courage. It is not about ignoring the complex world, but facing it with the conviction that we have the strength to overcome any challenge. In this law, we practice benevolent indifference, allowing us to approach life with courage and compassion, freeing us from the burden of what seems difficult and turning it into an opportunity to grow. By benevolently accepting what we see as difficult, we discover our true inner strength. Law 5. Practice emotional detachment. Seneca said in the fifth stage of our Stoic journey, "It is not that we have little time, but that we waste too much." Now we explore emotional detachment. Seneca urges us not to look at how much time we have, but how we use it. This call encourages us to look at our relationships with the world and let go of what we don't need. Detachment does not mean to walk away coldly, but to manage our emotions wisely. Life is not about accumulating things, but about letting go of what is no longer useful. By practicing detachment, we free ourselves from unfulfilled expectations and emotions that bind us to the past. In this fa, we learn that true emotional freedom is in flowing with life without holding on to what happens. It is not about rejecting feelings, but embracing them in the present without letting them stop us in our path. Thus, emotional detachment gives us peace in our hectic lives. By letting go of emotions that bind us, we immerse ourselves in the present. In this process, we find a freedom beyond our emotional changes, leading us to a deeper and more lasting peace. Law 6. Turn pain into wisdom. Seneca said on the sixth leg of our Stoic journey, "There is no fair wind for the ship that knows not to what port it is going." Now we explore how to turn pain into wisdom. Seneca's words guide us like a compass, showing us that pain can be a teacher, not an obstacle. Every painful experience is like a lesson that helps us grow and change. Instead of fighting discomfort, we accept pain as something that can help us understand more. If we face emotional storms, we will emerge stronger and wiser. Turning pain into wisdom does not mean just giving up, but finding meaning in it. By understanding that suffering is not permanent, we create emotional strength. Every pain teaches us to be stronger, and every wound is a lesson to heal and learn. In this law, we learn to learn from painful experiences, use them to grow and become stronger. By understanding pain, we not only know ourselves better, but we find a path to inner peace, even when life is difficult. Law 7. Be master of your thoughts. Epictetus said in the seventh stage of our Stoic journey, "Man does not feel bad about things, but about what he thinks about them." Now we explore the powerful law of controlling our thoughts. Epictetus reminds us that it is our ideas and judgments that influence how we feel. Every thought is like a seed growing in our mind. In this law, we learn that what disturbs us is not external situations, but what we think about them. By understanding that our thoughts are personal, we gain the power to shape our emotions. Controlling our thoughts does not mean ignoring reality, but making choices about how we view and react to what happens to us. The mind, like a garden, needs care to have thoughts that make us feel good instead of bad. In this law, we begin to become self-aware and judicious. By controlling what we think, we stop being emotionally reactive and start being aware of our own reality. In this way, we create a place to be clear-minded and calm, changing the way we feel from deep within our mind. If you are liking the video, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any life-changing tips. Law 8. Virtue as Supreme Guide. Virtue is sufficient for happiness, said Seneca in the 8th stage of our Stoic journey. Now we dive into Seneca's idea: virtue as the main path to happiness. Although wealth and circumstances change, virtue remains constant in our lives. It is not only about doing the right thing, it is a way of being that we choose without depending on external rewards. In this law, we stop seeking only momentary pleasures and focus on the source of true happiness, practicing virtue constantly. By adopting virtue as our primary guide, we free ourselves from the unchecked pursuit of external pleasure or recognition. True wealth lies in being good, just, and wise, no matter how circumstances change. On this path, we are responsible for our happiness, building on solid integrity and character. Virtue is like an eternal echo in our being, guiding us toward lasting and meaningful happiness throughout life. Law 9. The Brevity of Life. Time is not scarce, but we often waste it, said Seneca on the 9th leg of our Stoic journey. We step into the hard truth of how short life is. Seneca's words resonate as a wake-up call, reminding us that it is not so much the lack of time as how we use it that shapes our lives. Life is brief, a quick moment compared to the vastness of the universe. In this act, we reflect on how fragile time is and the importance of living with genuine purpose and being authentic. Every moment we fail to seize is a lost opportunity, an empty space in the story of our life. By understanding the brevity of life, we let go of procrastination and comfort. We immerse ourselves in the present with more energy, knowing that every choice, every action contributes to the legacy we leave behind. It's not just about accumulating days, but about filling each day with meaning and enthusiasm. In this Fa, we explore the idea that time is short, but the possibility of giving it meaning is limitless. We begin a journey towards a full life, where each moment is lived with strength and purpose, reminding us that, in the end, the measure of our life is how we have used the time we have been given. Law 10. Resilience of the Spirit. Every cloud has a silver lining, said Seneca. On the 10th stage of our Stoic journey, we dive into the resilient strength of the spirit. Seneca's words are like a light in the darkness, reminding us that every challenge carries an opportunity within it, and every difficult moment is a lesson in disguise. Resilience is more than weathering the storms of life. It is growing even when everything seems difficult. In this moment, we explore how to turn pain into learning, understanding that our true strength is in learning from complicated moments. Every pain, every obstacle, is an opportunity to show how strong our spirit is. It is not about ignoring pain, but accepting it as a natural part of life. Resilience is not about avoiding problems, but about learning to move forward in spite of difficulties. On this journey, we become creators of our own strengths, learning from the marks life leaves on us. Resilience not only helps us to overcome challenges, but also to come out of them stronger, wiser, and more aware of the inner strength we all have. Law 11. Self-control as the supreme virtue. He who controls others shows strength, but he who controls himself is truly powerful. In the 11th stage of our Stoic journey, we dive into self-mastery as the most important virtue. These words reveal to us that true strength is not in commanding others, but in having control over our own actions and thoughts. Self-mastery is like an inner discipline that allows us to direct our emotions wisely. It is not about holding back, but focusing our energy toward being authentic and doing the right things. In this law, we explore how to be responsible for our reactions to what happens. By practicing self-mastery, we free ourselves from acting without thinking and become conscious creators of how we act, making decisions with clarity and judgment. The great virtue of self-control gives us the power to be active rather than reactive, to remain calm even in the midst of strong emotions. On this path, we understand that true strength is not having power over others, but having control over ourselves. Having control over our actions and reactions leads us to an inner freedom that goes beyond external limitations. Each time we exercise self-mastery, we are building a path toward being sincere and finding inner satisfaction. Law 12. The power of gratitude. Gratitude is the most important virtue. It is the mother of all others, said Cicero. On the 12th stop of our Stoic journey, we dive into the power of gratitude to change our lives. Cicero's words tell us that gratitude is not only a virtue on its own, but it is also the origin of other virtues. Gratitude means being able to see and appreciate good things even in difficult times. In this law, we explore how being grateful connects us to what is most essential in life. Every day becomes an opportunity to see the valuable in the simple and in what is part of our daily lives. By practicing gratitude, we not only change the way we see life, but we also improve how we relate to the world. Gratitude is like a light in the dark days, helping us to find joy and satisfaction. On this path, we discover that gratitude does not depend on what happens outside, but on our ability to see the beauty in each moment. It reminds us that even in difficult times, there is reason to be grateful. Every time we show gratitude, we are building a path to a fuller and more meaningful life. Law 13. Empathy as a bridge between souls. Empathy is seeing from the other's eyes, listening from the other's ears, and feeling with the other's heart, said Alfred Adler. On the 13th stop of our Stoic journey, we explore the great power of empathy. Alfred Adler's words show us that empathy does not just mean feeling compassion, but having the ability to experience life from another person's perspective. Empathy connects us with the humanity we share with every human being. In this act, we discover how understanding the experiences of others not only improves our relationships, but also strengthens the bond between people. By practicing empathy, we develop a sensitivity that goes beyond our own concerns. It allows us to understand and support others, building bonds that go beyond our own point of view. Empathy acts as a bridge that brings people together, helping us to overcome loneliness and connect with others. Along the way, we learn that empathy is not only a gift to others, but also enriches our own lives. By seeing the world from different perspectives, we discover the beauty of human diversity and find commonalities that we share as human beings. Empathy, like a guiding light, leads us toward a deeper understanding and stronger connection with others. Law 14. Tranquility in simplicity. True simplicity is to choose wisely between the complicated and the simple. Alfred North Whitehead. At the 14th stop on our Stoic journey, we explore the peace that simplicity brings. Alfred North Whitehead's words lead us to think about the importance of making choices between the entangled and the easy. Life today surrounds us with many problems and distractions. In this law, we discover that embracing simplicity does not mean depriving ourselves of what is valuable in life, but finding the basics of everything. In doing so, we create space to feel clearer and calmer within ourselves. Tranquility in simplicity does not mean leading a life without meaningful experiences, but freeing ourselves from the unnecessary burdens we accumulate. By simplifying our lives, we create a place to enjoy the little things and take care of the relationships we value most. On this path, we learn that true richness lies in enjoying the essentials. Simplicity guides us on our journey, showing us an existence where calm and fulfillment come not from what we have, but from how we value who we really are. Law 15. Life is a constant art. Life is a sequence of opportunities to move forward, said Gabriel Garcia Marquez. In the last stage of our Stoic journey, we immersed ourselves in the idea that life is a constantly evolving art. Gabriel Garcia Marquez's words invite us to see existence as a canvas with countless opportunities to learn, grow, and develop. Life is like a blank space waiting to be painted with our experiences and choices. In this final lesson, we reflect on how every day, every moment is an opportunity to shape our personal story. By embracing life as an art form, we free ourselves from self-imposed limitations and venture to discover who we really are. Creativity and authenticity become allies in this journey, allowing us to tell a story that reflects our true essence. On this journey, we learn that every challenge is an opportunity to show our resilience, every relationship is an opportunity to practice empathy, and every present moment is an opportunity to be grateful. Life as a constantly evolving art invites us to be the artists of our own existence, to paint with the colors of our emotions and sculpt with the decisions we make every day, and so concludes our journey through the 15 incredibly simple laws to become indestructible. Which one suits you best? Leave me in the comments the law that has influenced you the most. And now that you know how to be mentally strong, if you want to know the keys to be happy, click on this video you see here. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on more inspiring content.